What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today, I'm going to be showcasing some Shadow Giratina in the Go Battle League. This Pokemon is one of the bulkiest dragons we have access to. The best thing about it is it's not just a dragon type, though, right? It's a dragon and ghost type, which is very unique. It's a great core breaker, a lot of fun to use. I'm excited to see what it can do. But before we get into the battles, I do want to ask, if you're not currently subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. It helps out quite a bit, and I'd really appreciate it. Let's get into the battles and see what Shadow Giratina can do. Alright, we got a match. Shadow Tina into Shadow Excadrill. Huh, okay, probably on Mud Shot, right? If it's on Mud Slap, then it has more fast move pressure, but Mud Shot's a lot quicker to charge attacks, so looks like it is Mud Shot. Drill Run will do a decent chunk of damage, but if I get this out of the way, Empoleon's probably a little bit happier. See what they do. Do they stay in after this? Oh my goodness, that is a lot of damage. Togetic comes in, that's huge. This is not Togekiss, and, you know, I know that takes an expert to say, but, like, Togekiss has access to Aura Sphere, which is a very powerful move. That would basically one-shot us. But Heat Wave, while it is good against Steel types, it's not good against a Steel Water type. At least nowhere near as good. I don't think a Hydro Cannon is quite enough to knock out there yet, so I'm actually just going to let myself take another Heat Wave. If they want to go for a shield at some point, they can be my guest. I'm honestly not that worried about switch advantage, as much as I am just kind of whittling this down and giving the Excadrill less farm. They're at 3, so they're 2 away from their next move. Let's see if they're going to go for a shield here or not. They don't. Okay. So I get a Hydro into whatever comes in. Well, I probably shouldn't have Hydroed this, but I think at this point, the game's pretty much over, right? I get my Corviknight, and Corviknight's just so good against everything left this game. There's an Excadrill that can't really come in against us. There's an Azumarill as well that is probably on Hydro Pump and Play Rough, and if that's the case, then if I shield the Hydro Pumps properly, they're in a lot of trouble. And if they're on Ice Stream, they can't even one-shot us. Little Air Cutter. We'll see if we get a shield. No, who'd shield that? But, you know, maybe there's a chance that one day someone would shield that. 8. I think I just shield against this all the time. You're at 1 if this is a Hydro Pump. 3 if it's an Ice Beam. 1. Okay, nice. That's a big shield. 4. And here's the other thing. How are they going to knock out my Giratina right now? Because Azumarill only has bubble damage, so do they invest in this or not? I don't know if they can. 7. So they have another Hydro Pump right now. If this doesn't knock out, then I probably just want to come in with my Empoleon here to catch a move. You get a shield. So we'll just catch anyway. Alright, I think this game was over before now, but I think especially now, they are in so much trouble. Hydro Pump is 7 bubbles of wasted energy. Azu's basically useless now. There we go. Alright, that was a good game. Next game, Shadow Tina into Shadow Alolan Sandslash. Alright, not an amazing lead, but it will be playable, hopefully. We'll see what's in the backline. If it, RPSs us, then maybe not as playable as we'd like. Nice catch, I suppose, but you also did just bring in an Azumarill into an Empoleon, so I don't know how much that helps them necessarily. We'll see. The Shadow Claw damage did add up against us a decent amount, and Hydro Cannon only does, a small amount less damage than what a Drill Peck would do, so it's honestly not that bad for us, I don't think. They're at 5 right now, so they have an Ice Beam, or, actually they're at 6, right? So they're at a Play Rough. They're 1 away from, the move, the Hydro Pump, which they could have right now. And they do throw an attack here. Alright. What do we do? Play Rough? Okay, so they're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We go for a catch, I guess. That's the play. We catch a Play Rough, save 2 Hydro Cannons in the backline, and surely we win, right? Surely we win. What's in the back here? Oh, well, that's not great. We're getting a little bit hard countered right now, but you know, I've come back from worse, surely. I don't know when. I can't really, give you an example here, but it probably has happened. I don't know. Oh my goodness, this is so bad. Okay. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna be so honest with you guys. I'm out of luck here. We do get his shield, which could be good, but they throw right when they need to. I need my Giratina to do so much right now, and I don't think it's going to. I have a lot of energy on Empoleon, and maybe that's still a way that I can use to win this game. Okay, they bring this back in, actually. Wasn't really expecting that. But, like, now I can go for the combo play here. I have 2 Hydro Cannons, right? They likely let this go, right? And then come back and Altaria farm us down and win that way. Oh, that doesn't even knock him out. So they just get an Ice Punch into my Tina, probably. That's tragic. If that didn't happen, if they survived, or if they got knocked out, rather, yeah, I mean, they let that go, but, like, I needed to have energy for Altaria still, I think. I don't think I'm ever going to have enough for that. Well, go for the Ancient Power and just hope for a boost at this point. Maybe an Ancient Power boost could bail us out. I know that Altaria's charge attacks don't do too much damage to us. They let that go. Please boost! Please! No! If I got a boost there, maybe there'd be a chance. Because I probably did need the boost for my Shadow Claw damage as well. Sky Attack's gonna hurt, but we do survive it. Yeah, I just don't have the Shadow Claw damage. A boost wins us the game. We got so unlucky not getting a boost, actually. Like, incredibly unlucky. That was almost a guaranteed win, but the boost did not come through. All right, next opponent. Shadow Tina into Morgrim. Oh boy. I don't love seeing that Pokemon, but maybe I can dance around this a little bit, because Empoleon might be kind of safe into the team. We'll go for the Hydro Cannon immediately, because they're staying in here. There's a chance they don't have a hard answer to us, and, like, we kind of have to hope that's the case. Hydro gets a shield, alright, and Metal Sound damage is adding up as well. The best thing about Morgrim, as opposed to Grimmsnarl, is they can't go for power-up punches into us. And, like, that's a small victory, but it is a victory nonetheless. That they can't just ramp up and start being really annoying. Metal Sound Empoleon, okay. I'm always kind of curious about what Empoleon movesets people run in this meta, because I've seen so many Waterfall Empoleons in my time. But the switch clocks are pretty desync at this point. Maybe I can swap out now. Yeah, I can. Okay. And forcing Giratina to go for less efficient attacks, or rather, Empoleon to go for less efficient attacks is always nice. They're at 11, so 1 past back-to-back moves. I want to have some energy here if I can for the backline. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a farm down, but I think the play is always just let this go anyway. Because Giratina is pretty bad into Morgrim no matter what here. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to shield this up. Could be a terrible play, but now I have so much energy for whatever comes in. Likely the Morgrim, but Ancient Power might put them into a farm down range. And if that's the case, that's good news. If not, then that's bad news. They do let it go. I don't think that's quite farm down range, actually. But I have a lot of energy on my Empoleon here. Yeah, they have a move. I don't know. I don't think there's really much I could have done with Giratina other than that. I could have let it go down, I guess, but... I don't love this either. Aegislash in the back with his shield advantage. Man, if I kept my Giratina around, which I tried to do, if Giratina was around still this game, I'd be feeling so much more confident about my odds of winning this. Get a shield on the first, okay. Not that it matters, they just have us. They just get to back-to-back moves. I hate when you can, like, feel your inevitable, like, loss incoming. It's like, oh, look at this, I just went for a CMP sack swap. Too bad Aegislash wins CMP against Corviknight. You know what I mean? Like, too bad that's the case. Or else, you know, maybe there'd be a chance here this game. Maybe there'd be a chance. Oh, what could I have done? That's a really bad lead, right? That's one of the worst leads I could see. Aegislash in the back's pretty bad for us as well. Maybe if I didn't shield my Giratina, that could have been good. But that Morgrim then would have put in so much work. Hope I got that CMP. Aegislash always makes things really awkward. Not that it matters. This knocks me out. I shouldn't even worry about that. Because even if it somehow didn't knock me out, I just get sucker punched down. Full team. Pretty RPS against us, though. Alright, next game. Giratina into... It does not get much better. Shadow Hydreigon comes in. Oh my goodness, I have not seen a single one of these in this meta. And we're about to get probably swept by this. I don't know. They do go for a Brutal Swing, which stalls the Switch Clock. It means maybe they're not super strong into Corviknight safe swap. I don't know. Or maybe it just means they're going to chip us down and swap now and try to catch a move. Okay, we actually land an Air Cutter. And this might not seem important, but it puts them now into Metal Sound downrange later on, potentially. Or if they stay in, the second Air Cutter could knock out. So, like, that's something, I guess. But I'm surprised they're still staying in this matchup. What do they have in the back that they're so scared of my Corviknight that they're still staying in. Is it like double fairy? Is Giratina that pinned? They just catch after one just because they can. On Giratina. Okay. Which Giratina is that? It's the other Giratina. Okay. Can I ever, like, one shield farm this down? ABA Dragon? That's crazy. I think I can one shield farm down. This is going to be an ominous wind. If they get a boost, I'm going to cry. And I don't want that to happen, so they're not going to boost. It wouldn't happen. I didn't get a boost earlier, so they're not going to. Okay, good. And I think Ominous Wind is still like the old boost, like the double boost, the boost to the attack and the defense stat. Hydreigon comes back in, but I have 2 Ancient Powers, so either I get both shields, or I can knock this out. Likely, I would imagine they shield, though, right? Yeah. But then I can bring in my Empoleon here and get an energy lead there, and maybe, just maybe after that, we're in a playable spot. They're double shielding that. That's crazy. What's in the back? We've figured it out. It's charging up right now, as we speak. I think there's actually a lot of play here. I need to play this well, but I think there is play. They're at 15. So, there are 2 away from back-to-back attacks right now. It's gonna get so weird, and I don't love that. 17 is what they should be at. Hopefully, they're at 17. Okay. I think that's maybe fine still, because I survive a Brutal Swing. And then they have to go for 2 Shadow Balls into my Penguin. And then I Shadow Claw down with Giratina. I think we're fine. I think we're fine. Nice. Okay, I knew even if I didn't get the catch through him, this game was going to be really annoying for them either way. Yeah, we just let this go. And then we just Shadow Claw down. I think 1 Shadow Claw does it. That's why Aegislash can be surmountable. It's not always the unbeatable Titan that it looks like. Although it does take about 30 seconds for these animations to come through. Why are you Shadow Balling? Alright, buddy. 1 Shadow Claw is going to do it. We get the win eventually here. They just want to, have their Aegislash. Oh, they're Gyro Balling even. Crazy. Love to see it, though. Goodbye, Aegislash. Next opponent. Hopefully Giratina can pick up a good lead. Hydreigon is not something I was expecting or hoping to see. Is this good, though? I don't know. They don't have a lot of fast food pressure here, but they get energy so quickly, so I'm honestly not even sure. Ancient Power is likely going to get his shield, though, so it really comes down to what their moveset's going to be. I could see basically any charge attack being possible on this Pokemon. Oh, they let that go? Okay. 4. I mean, they're at back-to-back Brutal Swings, but they're not going to be able to Brutal Swing plus Dragon Claw us right now. So that's not too bad. Okay, so they're 1 away now from another Dragon Claw. I think the play here, and it might be kind of crazy, is what if I just come in Corviknight? Is that really stupid? It could be. But I think I'm going to catch a Dragon Claw by doing that, and I can Sand Attack this down. Unless I went for a Brutal Swing here for some reason. They don't. Okay, so they're completely dry now. What is this? Aegislash comes into me? That's insane. Alright. We'll go for the payback here quickly before they can Shadow Ball snipe us down or something. I'm not quite sure if I'm in range where a Shadow Ball knocks us out just yet. It's going to be close. They just instantly send, though, here. I think either way, I let this go, because they swapped this in, right? So they're going to just be in Shadow Claw downrange no matter what. I think I can switch, even if they don't knock us out, and Shadow Claw them down before they get a second move off. We'll see, though. Yep, we can. Although the switch was, like, kind of laggy there, so hopefully they don't get DRE. Okay, nice. We knock him out. We can save our Corviknight as well, which is kind of cool. Morgrim comes in. Oh, they try to go for a catch? Okay. That's also fine by me, because now I just have 2 Ancient Powers here. And that gets a shield. I should survive a foul play all the time on my Empoleon, and then I should just win. Ancient Power number 1 lands. Boost? Why did I boost now? Of all times. That just gives them more farm. That's actually maybe worse for me. It also guarantees they shield this. Oh, well they... Okay. Did I just double boost? Why am I wasting my luck right now? All right, buddy. Well, we got the double boost, I guess. We're wasting our luck here. Thank you, Giratina. And luckily, we got the win there as well against another Aegis Slash, so... I think did we salvage the set too? I think we were like 1-2, and now we went to 3-2. Okay, there we go. Now we're climbing. Hash that in. We get back to 2,800. All right, this is a cool team. Let's keep it going. All right, next opponent. Giratina into Altaria. Don't love this, but it is playable for Giratina, so I'm going to stay in. And I think I'm just going to go for the Zero Shield matchup. If Altaria goes out of the way, potentially I have more play in the backline with my Corviknight. I'm going to bait at least a Dragon Claw. They likely know that Shadow Sneak and Ancient Power is the preferred moveset, but you know, maybe, just maybe they'll go for a shield, and they do. Okay. They CMP us. That's not exactly what I was expecting. I could have got a Shadow Claw Sneak, but I guess I was not expecting that. Yeah, Sky Attack doesn't knock us out. We're pretty close to the next Ancient Power. Well, we're 5 away. That's not that close. They might catch this, I suppose. They do. What was that on? Stunfisk? G-Fisk? I would imagine. Well, there's no other Fisk that could be in this meta, so yeah. Good catch, though. That's going to do nothing to them. We can bring in our Corviknight here, and hopefully set up against this Pokemon. Again, this is a Pokemon that my Empoleon doesn't really want to see, so I'm fine to see it right now. And they have to go for Rock Slides, which are a lot less efficient than if they could go for Earthquakes. They're at 2, so 3 away from the next attack. 5, so they have the move. And I think I do survive 2 more Rock Slides right now. But I need to balance my energy and my HP here, just in case that Altaria comes back in. Because I have a Sky Attack just about loaded. 1, 2. So they're 3 away from the next move. And I do survive the next one. So I should just let this go, right? I think that's going to be the play. And if Altaria comes in, I pay back that as soon as I can. I don't know if this knocks out. This is actually really annoying. I thought this would be a little bit better for me. But these Mud Shots are probably doing 2 damage per turn. That's annoying. Okay, we just come back in Tina, though. We can save energy on our Corviknight in case we need it. But I don't think I'm quite at a payback. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Am I at a payback? Do I risk it? No, I think I have to come in Empoleon now. Just save the energy for the backline. I don't know if I have a payback or not. We'll see if I need it. They go for bad timing again. Okay. So I get a full Metal Sound Sneak. Flamethrower would hurt quite a bit, so I'm glad that I can build up energy. But there needs to be like a fairy in the back for me to have a lot of play here. That's not a fairy. That's an Empoleon. Believe it or not. We'll see what we can do. We'll see. Because I think at this point, I am in double Hydro Cannon range, and they're not. My Corviknight doesn't have a lot of HP on it either. But maybe I can... I don't even know what I can do. This is not looking super great. But if I get everything I need to this game, maybe I can win. Because I'm at back-to-back. If I can win CMP, and then they let their Empoleon go, and then I get a shield with a Drill Peck, and I do have a payback in the backline, maybe there's a way I can win that way. I do win CMP. Do they shield? I would imagine they do, right? There's not much reason not to, I think, at this point. Yeah, it's a good shield by them. And I don't think I can ever really bring in my Corviknight to try to go for a payback here. Well, I need to do it now. I have payback. I actually don't get Dragon Breath down. There is a win condition now, but it's basically that they're not going to be able to Flamethrower or Sky Attack my Empoleon. And I think they have enough HP. Yeah, dang it. I made the right play. It's just payback's not quite enough damage there. I made the call right, but the team was just not exactly what I wanted to see. Giratina falling for that Ancient Power catch was not what I wanted to see there. Next opponent. Giratina into... Giratina, okay. I would imagine, unfortunately for me, I lose CMP, because my team is actually, as far as like Shadow Giratinas go, it's actually pretty good. But I'm just going to go straight Ancient Power. I might get a no-shield here. And if... Also, was that a CMP? Did I actually win CMP? There's no way I'd win CMP. So that was probably just like, I didn't see a sneak come through. I get a boost because Giratina is sick? Okay. We shield a potential Shadow Sneak. And then we should be able to farm down if they stay in. And if they swap out, we get a move off into something. All right, so they're at 1. 2, 3. I get a huge farm down. That boost is actually really nice. If we see a fairy type come in, I have 2 things in the backline that can wall that off. Oh, Ember. Huh. Ember? What would you run on Ember Turtonator, moveset-wise? I don't love Turtonator, though. We'll catch what could be a Dragon Claw on our Corviknight. We'll save our Giratina, because I think they're kind of weak to it. The way they're playing this out, I think they're a little bit weak to it. It is Dragon Claw. Is it Brutal Swing Dragon Claw? Oh, we bait out Dedenne? Why is there another Dedenne here? I've seen so many Dedennes recently for some reason. I'm glad that I saved my Giratina, but this is still not amazing for us. Air Cutter is going to add up, though. Same with the Sand Attacks. So, like, we're in a playable spot still. 8. Parabolic probably knocks us out from here, or at least it comes close enough. Yeah, so they're at 2. And they get that defense boost, obviously. 5. Alright. I think the play now is going to be to hope that Empoleon can win the game for us. They do shield that. I don't love that. I no-shield this. If Parabolic knocks us out, I think that's good for us. I don't think it does, though. Oh, it does. Okay, now I can win CMP against this. And then knock them out with this. They might have caught. They did. But I don't think a Hydro Cannon's enough here anyway to knock them out just yet. So I should be able to build up to back-to-back moves. Yeah, okay, that's what I need to do. Back-to-back Hydro Cannons is the win con right now. And they showed Dragon Claw. If they're on Brutal Swing, they can't knock us out with a Brutal Swing, right? And if they're on Overheat, then they're not going to be able to get 2 moves anyway. They Dragon Claw bait. I mean, that's fine. That means that they are on Overheat, so as long as I win CMP against Dedenne, which most Empoleons should, then I should be fine here. Dedenne, if it's attack-weighted, though, could win CMP, and that would be really annoying. Alright. Nice. There we go. You know, Dedenne in the backline, a little bit scary. Not the Pokemon I wanted to see. But Empoleon is the Pokemon I wanted to see. It's just the best Pokemon in the game. We knock out the stupid mouse, and we get the win. Alright, next opponent. Giratina into Grimmsnarl. Oh boy. I don't have a great matchup into this. I'm actually going to bring in my Corviknight just because I need to be able to not get Power Punch to death. Okay, we bait out a Fortress here, which I guess is good news. But it's also not the best news I've ever heard, because Fortress is a very good counter to Corviknight, and I don't know exactly how this is going to play out. Payback is going to get no-shielded. Okay. I should get a second Payback through, but whether or not we get a shield from that, I don't know. I think they would survive it, and I think they'd give, or get, I think I'd get less farm, is what I'm very well trying to say. I'm actually going to Air Cutter here, I think, because 2 Air Cutters and a Payback do very similar damage, and if they shield this, I'm in a really good spot. If they no-shield, I'm still in a playable spot. Oh, we get a shield, okay. So now I can get an Air Cutter off and put them into a much easier farm down range. I am a little bit concerned about a second Volt Switch user in the backline. Like, what if it's Magnezone? That wouldn't be super great. But I should be able to farm this down either way with Giratina, and maybe have some play now that I have a shield advantage. A Rock Tomb makes sense. That lowers my attack stat, and now they might go for another Rock Tomb, or maybe they go for a Sand Tomb here. It depends on what they want to debuff. I would imagine, though, they just go for the classic Rock Tomb. It does do more raw damage as well. Okay. We have an Ancient Power loaded, which could be good later on this game. Just don't be another Volt Switch user, please. Oh, that's not Volt Switch, that's Waterfall Empoleon. Shadow Waterfall Empoleon at that, so I think we're in a pretty good spot, actually. Because I can basically two-shot this. I have the shield and energy advantage. We'll see exactly if we can two-shot, though, before they get to a second move. I can, okay. 6. Alright. I think I need to make sure that I overfarm here enough. Oh, wow. I was not expecting them to overfarm. I thought they'd throw on alignment. But that's really good. Because now they have to throw immediately, or I get my next move off. And they're at 9. So I can overfarm here. I can do 4 more metal sounds, and then I can go for the Hydro Cannon. Or if they swap out, I just Hydro Cannon as quickly as I can. 2, 3, 4. Now I'm 1 away from a Hydro Cannon. I have an Ancient Power loaded. I think we're fine. As long as they can't get a foul play for my Giratina, right? Because Power Up Punch is not going to knock out a Giratina. And yeah, it looks like they're not even close to the energy they need. I think they're at 3 right now. They might have got denied, but they're definitely not 1 away from a foul play no matter what. And even if they were, the fasting pressure here would probably just be their undoing. Oh my goodness, how did we come back from that one? Luckily, no Magnetism, and I guess that's how. It wasn't a complete hard counter. Just that shield advantage is all we really needed there. You're able to get the win. Next battle. We'll see Giratina into Togetic. Not amazing. I actually am a little bit soft to this with my Corviknight as well, which is kind of annoying. I'm going to go for an Ancient Power before I switch out, though. I think that's not a terrible play. They're at 7, so it could be at a Dazzling Gleam right now if they are running that, but I honestly don't know if Dazzling Gleam's a moveset they run. 8. I don't know, dude. What are they going to throw into me? Oh, they do run Dazzling Gleam. I've seen so many different movesets here that I didn't want to assume, but that's also not great. 2, 3, 4, 5. I do get a farm down here. I wish I still had my Giratina. If I would have shielded that, that would have been kind of nice. But having energy here as well is not terrible. So, Giratina, what one was that? I wish I could tell you which Giratina that was. If that was the funny snake Giratina, then I think I swap. Yeah, okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They probably Ominous Wind bait us, because there's really not much reason not to at this point. Oh, okay, nice. There are 2, 3, 4, 5. And Air Cutter's not quite enough here, so they might expect me to go for a bait, but I'm going to full send. I want to make sure this thing has to shield or just gets knocked out. Nice, okay. Togetic probably comes back in here saying I can't sand attack down. At least not super easily. Although maybe I could have sand attack down. Maybe I should have tried for it. They're doing more damage than I would have thought, but they might just be trying to drain energy here either way. Let that go. What is this? Doublade. I got a boost, which is kind of good, I guess. 7. This is really risky. Like, incredibly unnecessarily risky, but I'm gonna go for it. They shield the payback? No! You know, I think I'm fine top lefting then, if they go for that play. I can't believe they shielded that. I thought they'd go for the call, because, like, who's crazy enough to full send there? Alright, next battle. We'll see Shadow-Tina into Shadow Alolan Sandslash. Alright, don't love this in the slightest. We gotta get out of here. But we do have 2 things in the backline that can deal with this, potentially. It's on Powder Snow as well. That's kind of crazy. I'm so sick of them catching on me, so I kind of just overfarmed there. And I think that was the right play, because Giratina down energy is honestly not in an amazing spot here. I should be able to just get to 2 attacks against them before they can get to a second attack against me. And that's really nice. Whoa, they're letting me Drill Peck first as well. I kind of thought they'd instantly Shadow Ball to try to go for a shield advantage, but they let me get the Drill Peck off. This likely gets a shield or a knockout. A shield, okay. As long as I flip switch here, I'm happy. But we'll see if we can. Ominous Wind makes sense. Okay. And we'll Drill Peck here. If they shield this up, I'll go for a Hydro Cannon on the next one. I don't know why they came in Giratina of all things here. It might be a Fairy type in the back, I guess. They let that go? Oh, it's not a Fairy type. It's a Turtonator. Is that like the tiniest Turtonator you've ever seen? I think so. That is a very small Turtonator. But it might be able to put in a lot of work. We'll see. We land the attack. But our Giratina, at this point, is kind of in hot water. It's either going to be against a Turtonator or an Alolan Sandslash. And the Alolan Sandslash has an Ice Punch, and the Turtonator is 1 away from back-to-back Dragon Claw. Ow. We'll go for a catch on a Dragon Claw to try to make something happen here, because energy on our Giratina could still knock out that Sand Slash later on. But a Brutal Swing there, that's a different moveset than I was expecting. Ah, boy. I mean, I can't really shield this, but I also kind of have to. And now we'll go for a bait. We lost the last game because I went for a bait. Do we win this one? Or because I didn't go for a bait, rather. Do I win this one because I did go for a bait? I mean, I also don't know if I've won this game yet, because that Turtonator is still extremely annoying to try to deal with. But I think there's a chance here, as long as we land the payback before we get farmed down, that we can win this. Okay. I think there's a way to win this one, pretty guaranteed, and we'll see if we can do it. I'm not at the Ancient Power yet. I'm one Shadow Claw away. Oh, what a play by them! They waited like 2 turns there, but I got the Shadow Claw through. Can I Sand Attack down before I get knocked out by an Incinerate? I was not expecting that play by them. Should be a Simo, but it's not because the game sucks. And you can't tie with 1-turn moves. They waited 2 turns there. And the 2-turn wait, I was expecting maybe like a 1-turn wait. Because if I do a single Sand Attack, and then I swap to 1 Shadow Claw, I should get the Ancient Power off. But they waited and were so patient, and they just won. If I would have just stayed in Corviknight and Sand Attack down, that would have been a win. There were so many close battles here today with Shadow Giratina. It was a lot of fun to use, although it can be a little bit hard to make work with how slow it can be sometimes to reaching those charge attacks, but even still, give it a go if you have one. I think it is a pretty good Pokemon. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.